so excited to have you guys. I've been asked to share a few words about my experience as a now B grade graduate specialist, but also a former Boys and Girls Club member. So, June of 2007 was the first summer after kindergarten. I have two younger brothers, and they were 4 and 2 at the time, and my mom needed a place to take me. So she loaded me up in our 2002 Silver Dodge minivan, and she said, "We're going somewhere new today, get ready." And I'm positive that my first thought was Mount Olympus or Skate City, and the Boys and Girls Club was not the first thing that came to my mind, I'll tell you that. So when we rolled up to Jefferson, I hunched down in the back seat, hoping she would change her mind. But nevertheless, we walked inside. One of the first staff members that I met at the Boys and Girls Club was a staff member named Noah. And he had a pair of basketball shorts on, a blue staff shirt, a buzzed head, and his lanyard. And he gave me my neon blue BGC card with a lanyard. And we were off. As I walked into the Jefferson gym, I was met by a dozen new faces. No one I knew well, some from school, some from swimming, some from Girl Scouts, but I really didn't know a lot of people. I remember feeling like it was going to be impossible to make friends, presumably letting out a really dramatic 6-year-old sigh. And these kids had already been long withstanding BGC members, so my first thought is, why talk to me? And then I quickly felt a tap on my shoulder, and it was Noah. And he said, "You want to play a game of kickball?" No, I do not want to play a game of kickball. And he laughed and he said, "You should." I said, "I don't have any friends." And he's like, "Well, you have us now." So I immediately felt really welcome, but still very nervous. And so Noah walked with me to the middle of the gym, and he raised my hand and he said, "Everyone, say hello, this is Kaitlyns." And a dozen tiny little voices let out a boisterous hello that bounced off the blue and gold walls of the Jefferson gym. And he said, "She's gonna be picking kickball teams today." And there I was with the highest responsibility that a 6-year-old could carry out at the time. And I was very excited, but I never felt more welcome by someone. And so because I didn't know anyone very well, I just divided everyone up at random. But I was still very grateful to have Noah in that all too new and scary environment. So when my mom picked me up that afternoon, I immediately said, "Can I go back tomorrow?" And she said, "Yes, you will be going back tomorrow." And that's how I spent my summers from 6th grade, from kindergarten to 6th grade. I was at the Boys and Girls Club every single day, every single summer. The Boys and Girls Club was the first place I did and experienced a lot of things. The first time I watched the Taylor Swift 2008 You Belong With Me music video. I remember it vividly. My first Brewers game, my first time eating green eggs and ham, my first time having friends outside of school, and most notably, the first time I really realized how much I liked writing. Noah was quite a big fan of skits and videos, most notable in his ever famous lunch lady bit. And that summer he had asked me to write a play, a fantasy story of some sort, kind of like a Wizard of Oz spin-off. And he asked me to write something, and I said yes, of course. And I worked on it for 2 whole weeks. And I wrote this play, and I handed it to Noah, and I was just grinning from ear to ear. And he looked through it, and he's like, "Let's read it." So we sat in the Jefferson art room, and we read this. I don't even know how great of a play, but we read it, and we laughed, and it was awesome. And I was just surrounded by my peers. And I remember Noah saying, "This is great. This could really be your thing." And that stuck with me. And that summer, all I did was write. Diaries, short stories, poems, all I did was write. And I just remember him saying that and making me feel so good. It was just this compliment that really meant a lot to me. And it was because of staff members like Noah and the opportunities that the Boys and Girls Club gave me that I became so interested in writing. I stand before you, a cum laude baccalaureate of English and Literature. Woo! A 2008 Youth of the Month in June, which I have my award for still. Yes, and also I have the 2008 Best Attendance as well. I kept all of these. Woo! And I'm also a professional staff member. And in the same way I first felt welcomed Playing kickball is the same way I feel welcome working here. In the same way I was pushed to further my passions at the club is the same way I continue to feel working here, in an environment that provides a creative space for work, play, and learning. I never knew just how much the club meant to me until I started working here. How much I longed to give back to the community of people that helped me grow into who I am today. Grow not only into the person I am, a writer, a thinker, an activist, and helpful community member, but continues to help me grow, giving me the opportunity to help youth, much like myself 18 years ago. Boisterous hellos still ring out when I walk into the room, and that all too warm and fuzzy feeling I first got walking through the Jefferson Gym each summer morning still flushes through my body each day. Thank you all so very much for being here tonight and for your continued support of the Boys and Girls Club.
Could you? So Mr. Noah lives in Menasha or Menasha? One of our awesome staff member from many years ago. He's got his own family now and doing great. Do you want to say anything? He's choked up.
My hands are shaking. It's not often as a former staff member that you get to see the people that these members become. I had no idea I had this impact. And because she's a good apple. The ones that are bad apples, you see them improve. And but no, it's an absolute honor, and I just hope and pray that you have that same opportunity in years to come to see that impact. And just any of you who are part of this and part of this story, the differences you're making, you may never know. I'm blessed that I get to know this. It's really special. But I'm excited to get to be here. I'm so proud of you, and I'm really appreciative of this opportunity.
Thank you, Noah. Thank you, Taylor.